Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Here is the Spirits of Niagara, which is the expansion. It's going to come in a box. You can see it kind of has the beaver and the elk there. Kind of explained to you. There's a couple people in here. You can see the stealing of the gems there and somebody going over. So it's kind of neat. First thing you notice is that it does have a nice insert to it, which you probably will chuck because all this will go into the base game. There's no reason to have this. The rulebook's going to come in a couple of different languages. First thing you notice is how small this font is. I had to use a magnifying glass. No joke. I'm not exaggerating to read this. The other side's a different language. It's pretty easy. Everything is pretty modular, so it will show you how to play with everything. Probably need 5 or 10 minutes to read this. Most of that will be trying to read it by looking at the font. Here's where you have insert in here. So I'm going to go over some of the changes. First thing you have is these two black boats. So this will give you the 6th player that you'll be wanting. You can see one is a 1-seater and one is a 2-seater. That's going to be the biggest change of the game. Now you're going to have a boat that, this will swap out with one, so you only need one of each. You can't play the base game with just one because you only have one black one with a 1-hole. So you kind of have to use this if you want to do 6 players. It's going to give you 2 spots inside the boat so you can carry more things. It's going to lead to more take that, more stealing, more things of that nature. So just kind of be aware of that because you're going to be able to move through. You're going to have some new paddles. The lasso is going to allow you to pull off onto the side of the board. That will help you with the elk and help you from things being stolen from you. You have a 7 paddle that will let you move 7 spaces, and a 1, 2, 3 that lets you choose. This one's really going to help you be able to steal from people and get that exact spot that you're looking for. It's going to be a set of 3 for everybody, and then there'll be a set of the complete paddles of black. You're going to get the beaver that will be in here. So when the beaver comes out, he is super duper cute. It almost looks like it's hand carved here, to be honest with you. It's a super cute thing. So when he gets on there, it'll be +2 to the weather. Then when he falls off, Niagara Falls, he will be 0. The elk is what you're going to get for the elk. He will allow you to move a little bit quicker. And probably the cheesiest component is the whirlpool, which is a sticker you put on one of your tags. I would have liked to have had a new piece instead of a sticker to put on there in case I don't want to play with it later. I'm not crazy about this, to be honest with you. You hit the whirlpool when you're going down river and you land on it, you get an extra spot. Moving up river requires an extra point to get past that. So it can change things up a little bit. Not crazy about that one. The beaver's okay. It's not that great. The new boats are really going to be what changes things up. If you want to play 6 players, the only way to do it. So you're really going to need this right here. For me, 6 players is not something we have. We have 5 in our family, but the youngest guy isn't into these kind of games yet. But at some point, 5 would be all that we need. This isn't really something I would take to a gaming night. It's more of a family game for us. This was completely worthless to us. This is really, really strong. If you want more take that and more stealing, my family doesn't really play games that way, so this game's not really popular for my family. But this will open up avenues. Also speeds the game up a little bit because you're constantly stealing. I think you can get the gems back a little bit quicker, so that will be very helpful for most people. And then the extra options to move. This is a no-brainer. Add these in. If you didn't want the lasso because it's a little bit more complicated, perhaps, but the other one just gives you more moving options. I think that's good for this game. Kind of keeps things moving and speeds it up a little bit. It will help with the player interaction, though, so you're going to be really ready for more take that, more stealing, more of that chaotic nature. And it's something to point out is that when you get the 6th player, you're going to see more chaos because there's more things happening before it's your turn, which is already in the game. I'm not sure there's a big difference between 5 and 6, but the smaller counts with 6, you'll see a bigger swing in those kind of things. The beaver is super cute. It's actually one of my favorite components in any game. I just think he looks kind of cool. It's almost like somebody whittled him themselves. I don't know how they had that made. It's very good. So do you need this expansion? Not really. I am growing where I don't like expansions as much. I kind of think they just add more. I don't play the same game enough to need it. So this is what I'm going to purge. I think if you really like this game, yeah, you're going to want those extra boats. You could kind of play without it if you didn't need it. Just say, hey, this one can hold 2 gems, I suppose. But it wouldn't look as nice. That's really the big change. And then the 6th player. The beaver, the elk, all that, the whirlpool, it's okay. They kind of shake things up a little bit. But I don't know if I would search this out. You might be better off taking that $20, $30 and putting it towards another game in my mind. This isn't one that knocked my socks off, which is probably why you don't hear about it a whole lot. So this is one I'm going to purge and I don't want to keep.